Islam came into existence when we was under captivity under the Arabs. That's an Arab religion. Did you know that? See? The thing is, all people serving all these Christianities and Muslims and all this, but we really don't truly know who we serving. But we all got that zeal because we're trying to find God. But we seeking, whether our families believe in it, a lot of us, that's how we get caught up in all these other different denominations, because our family was into it without seeking that truth for ourselves. That's what that is. But that's what Islam come along. So we deal with the Quran. Okay. Do you know what the Quran means? The name of the Quran means to recite. To recite another book. Do you know what book the Quran is recited? The Bible. Right? This is the real true meat right here. This book right here is for you. It's for us, because we're the children of Israel. Let me ask you a question. What is your nationality on your father's side?
I don't got a father.
On your daddy's side?
I don't got a father's side.
You don't know him?
I don't know nothing about that whole just being a mama's side.
That was me too, King. That was written in the Bible because that's one of the curses that the children of Israel was going to go up under. Did you know that? That's literally written in the Bible. Look at the book of Deuteronomy. Chapter 28, verse 64. Verse 54, 28, 54. Right? 28, verse 54. Book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 54. Now, these is curses. The children of Israel is under curses. Let me ask you a question. As a people, as a nation, as a race, do it seem like we are under curses, or do it feel like we're just free?
If I'm being honest with you, yeah, we under a curse.
Yeah, you're right. And that's what's up. Because we under a curse because we broke God's laws. That's what it's all come down to. We God's children, but he turned his back on us because we stopped following his laws, statutes, and commandments. That's why we're in this situation, this condition. And I'm going to prove everything that I'm saying to you, all right? So let's find out about the fathers. Read what you got.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 54.
Bring it out.
So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother.
That's black on black crime. His eyes shall be evil towards his brother. This is curses. Read and read.
And towards the wife of his bosom.
And towards the wife of his bosom. Domestic. Right? Read.
And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
And towards the what?
The remnant of his children that he shall leave.
Which he shall leave. Read that again from the top, people.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
Which he shall leave. You see that? So it's a curse on the children of Israel that our fathers will be known to leave the children behind, as well as the wife.
Not even that. Really, like what you just said was that everything that us black people still call, I don't really go labeled by black, but
right.
everything has just been a label. What you just basically told me was that how every time a black man has abused a woman, how every time a black man has left their kids, how every time a black man has shot another black man, it's right there. Right?
It's all in the book.
All praise. Curses, all praise.
That just said that. You know that? Thank you, my brother.
You don't want to get this knowledge? It's a lot more.
So I gotta catch a bus.
Okay, I'm gonna give you this flyer, King. Take this flyer with you. We got a YouTube channel, right? WFI Pittsburgh, right? Right down here, WFI Pittsburgh. And check that out, King. Get some real knowledge.
Definitely subscribe, yo. You definitely got a subscriber here, yo.
Okay. All
Bless,
praises.
stay blessed, my king.
All right, you too, King. Hallelujah. All praises.
Praises.
All right. So we out here for the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We out here to show our people who we truly are according to the Bible. That's our job. We are the watchmen for the house of Israel. Okay? We're not out here for the heathen. We're not out here for the other race. We out here for our people.
That's right.
That's what we out here for. Right? Because we got a lot of people that like to buck up against us. Right? Our own people like to buck up against us. But God got everything in the Bible. Right? We knew we was going to go through this. This ain't nothing new to us, man. Right? Let me get the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 2, verse 12, Hebrew. Sirach 2:12. Yes, sir. Right? Because the elder was going into it, and we had our young Jake out here going against the Bible because our people swear they got the truth themselves. But you know, like experienced men out here can tell who got experience and who not. Now, a lot of our people is coming into the truth and finding out about this truth, right? But they jump in the gun because they're too excited. So all they want to do is hurry up and teach, not with the right understanding of the Bible, what the Bible say. Read what you got, up.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 12. Woe be to fearful hearts.
Woe be to the fearful hearts. Read.
And faint hands.
And faint hands. Because when you reading and you learning about this truth, man, you got to take it slow. You can't be hurrying up and rushing it. You got to go on God's time. And no, we are not on our own time, man. We on God's time. So let God and the Holy Spirit guide you into this truth so you can get the correction the correct way. Read.
And the sinner that goeth two ways.
And we got a lot of sinners that go two ways that's in this truth. They in this truth, they reading about this truth, but at the same time, they in sin. So they to sinner going two ways. And then you got the nerve to buck up against the true men of the Lord like they truly know something, man. Read.
Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not.
Faint-hearted believeth not. A faint-hearted is the ones that's in the world going both ways. Eventually, you're going to get jammed up like that. Right? Because if you in this truth, you got to be in there at 100%. You know, if you in this truth and you struggling with something, okay, you're supposed to be praying to the Most High to come up off that thing. So you got to be trying your best to kick that thing, whatever it may be. It could be a numerous of things. It ain't got to be one or two things. You could be dealing with 5 to 10 things. But slowly but surely, as you sticking your face in this book and getting the understanding from the Lord, these things is going to begin to window down.
That's right.
One at a time. Right? As long as we on God's time, read.
Therefore shall ye not be defended.
Therefore shall we not be defended. So God ain't going to defend a sinner who goes both ways. Or a person that claims to be in this truth, that know it all, but being a hypocrite. Right? We all are trying to get it together. That's the point of coming into this Bible, this book, and getting a relationship with God so we can become perfect. Be ye therefore perfect. Right? Be ye therefore perfect. So we have to strive to be perfect. That's our job. We all gonna fall, but that don't mean you fall and stay down. You get back up and strive to get back on board and continue to ride this horse, man, until we get that kingdom, man. Right?
Right.
Let me get the book of 2 Peter, chapter 1, verse 10. 2 Peter, chapter 1, verse 10, man. We go over these scriptures, man, because our people need this medicine. Shalom, King. Right? Read what you got.
This is the book of 2 Peter, chapter 1, verse 10. Wherefore, the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure.
Shalom, you know who you are according to the Bible, King? You know you're an Israelite? You must know that you're an Israelite, King. Everybody claims that they know God, but ain't following no law, statutes, and commandments, man. These going to be the ones that's going to be put to death when the Messiah come. Because these are the ones that know it all. Read that again from the top, Hebrew.
This is the book of 2 Peter, chapter 1, verse 10. Wherefore, the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For
Give diligence to make your calling and election sure. You know who you are according to the Bible, King? You know who you are according to the Bible? Who are you? Yeah, who are you according to the Bible? You just said, yeah, right? I asked you a question. I said, do you know who you are according to the Bible? You said, yeah. My next question is, who are you? Just you. Do you believe in God? You believe in God? When the Messiah comes back, are you going back with him? Do you believe that? Where do you think you stand with God? So you know you ain't in the right spot where you need to be then. Right? Because I just asked you, when the Messiah come back, or he's going to take you with him? You said no. You don't sound too sure. Do you? But if the Messiah crack that sky and come right now, will he take you back with him? That's my question to you. It's a question, brother. Okay, so check it out, King. This is your opportunity to get the truth and to learn about God the correct way. Do you want to learn about God? Do you want to know how to save your soul? Or you just going to let your soul go wherever it's going to go after death? Okay, all right, and that's a wise man. That's a wise man right there, because that shows no pride. Now we're going to, give me Deuteronomy 7:6 first. First we're going to show you how special you are, and then we're going to get into it and prove to you that you're an Israelite, all right? Because that's who you are, Israelite. A lot of our people don't know we're Israelites. Okay, oh, okay. Okay, so, okay, all right. Read what you got. So you good with it before?
Yeah.
Okay.
He arms in the church and she like, so he got that kind of Christianity.
Okay, so we're going to give you a quick, clear understanding, dude. Read what you got.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6.
Bring it out.
For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So God said you are a special people. All 12 tribes are a special people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen us to be a special people unto himself, above all races on the earth. You see that? So it's important that we know that we are the children of Israel. Because us knowing that we are Israel is something that God requires of us. Give me the book of Deuteronomy 10:12, Hebrew. And let's see what God requires of us. Right?
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, verse 12. And now, Israel, what do the Lord thy God require of thee?
It's something God requires of you, brother. Do you know what it is? Read.
But to fear the Lord thy God.
You got to fear the Most High. Because if you fear the Most High, you're going to do what he says. How do we know what the God went on to do? By coming into this Bible and doing what it says. Because we all know that this Bible is God's words, right? Read it again from the top.
And now, Israel, what do the Lord thy God require of thee? But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord, and his statutes which I command thee this day.
So we got to keep the commandments of the Lord God, and the statutes, which is his laws. Give me the book of Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 1. That's what we got to do, right? To fear the Lord, right? Read what you got.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1, verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
These are the words that Moses is speaking unto all Israel. Now, the Israelites back then is our forefathers, our foremothers and all them, right? The blood same, we still got the same blood running through our veins. So he's speaking to the children of Israel. So if they was Israelites back then, that means we still Israelites today. Because we just see, if you have a son, his son have a son, and his son have a son, that's called generations, right? So we are the generations of our forefathers, what Moses was speaking to back then. You got me? Read it again, 1 verse 1.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1, verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
So this is the words that Moses is speaking into all Israel. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 1. 28 and 1. Right?
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently.
And we shall listen diligently. Now remember, Moses is talking to all Israel, right? Now Moses is going into what Moses is saying to the children of Israel. Okay? Read that again.
And it shall come to pass,
It shall happen,
if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
that we should listen diligently, listen clearly unto the voice of the Lord thy God. Read.
to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So if we listen diligently, the Lord will set us on high above all people on the face of the earth. You got that? Read Deuteronomy 28, 16, 15.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15.
Now, it's two sides of a coin here. Okay, we read one side of the coin, and now if we listen diligently, we'll be set high above all people. That means we'll be in rulership. We'll rule over the nations, and the nations should not be ruling over us. You got me? Read.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Whoa, now Moses is telling the children of Israel, if we will not hearken, if we will not listen to the voice of the Lord thy God, read,
to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses,
all these what?
all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Read Daniel 9 and 10. Now, so you heard both sides of the coins. We'll be set on high, and if we don't listen, we'll be cursed. So we'll be on the bottom. We're going to go into the Bible and see if the children of Israel are forefathers or foremothers. Did they listen back then, or did they not listen? Read Daniel 9:10.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 9, verse 10. Neither have we obeyed the voice of the Lord our God to walk.
What did he say?
Neither have we obeyed to. Neither have we obeyed the voice of the Lord our God.
We did not obey the voice of the Lord our God. What else?
To walk in his laws, which he set before us.
To walk in his laws. His laws. As he said to people in Christianity teach the 10 commandments, but they say the laws is done away with. We got in trouble because we did not listen to God's laws. We was to keep the 10 commandments, but we pushed away his laws. You got me? That's why we in trouble.
Anyway.
Right?
We couldn't live up to them laws.
Yes, we could.
That's why they,
stay here. You won't get that understanding.
I'm a minister, man. I know.
Start from the top.
Neither have we obeyed the voice of the Lord our God to walk in his laws, which he set before us by his servants, the prophets. Ye, all Israel, have transgressed thy law.
All Israel has broken God's laws. Read.
Even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice.
We haven't obeyed God's voice. Read.
Therefore, the curse is poured upon us.
The what?
The curse is poured upon us.
So the curses is poured upon us because we did not listen. You got that? So now we're going to read some curses to show you that you Israel. Okay? The curses in the Bible, because we just said that the children of Israel did not listen, so they're under curses now. So now we're going to read some curses. Deuteronomy 28:16.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city. Don't feel like we cursed in the city. Everywhere around America, it's all around the world, but we here. So everywhere around America, we cursed. We got the ghettos just for us. We got the projects built just for us, right? We're in a low state, right? We got to get loans to get cars and buy houses if we could get the loan. You see what I'm saying? That's what you call curse, right? So we're cursed in the city. Come on, King. We're cursed in the city, right?
And cursed in the field.
And cursed in the field. Now we all know throughout history, we was the ones cursed in the field, right? Because you know that memory will never leave us, even though it happened to our foreparents and forefathers, right? Tobacco field, sugar cane field, right? I ain't gotta go no more because we already know that history, right? Now give me Deuteronomy 28:45, Hebrew.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee.
So these curses are going to overtake us and pursue us until the children of Israel be destroyed. Do you seem like we destroyed as a people? Let me put it to you this way. When King Saul, our forefathers, when King Saul was ruling, Paul, the disciples, right? They was ruling at the time. They weren't cursed. We was on top. The other nations, the heathen nations worked for us, right? So we was on top. Now, because we broke God's laws, he put us on the bottom. Read that verse again, Hebrew.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So now we destroyed as a people. Because we walking around, we don't know who we are. That's one way of saying we destroyed. Watch, I'm going to ask these brothers, watch this. Now this is 4 brothers. We're going to get some answers. Hey, brother. Brothers only want to talk to our own brothers. Hey, young men. Do y'all know who y'all are according to the Bible? Do y'all know y'all nationality? What's your nationality?
I don't know.
All right. Israelite. That's right. You are set apart from your boys. You see they leaving you.
See that?
Take this. This is Israelite, it's a YouTube channel, WFI Pittsburgh. Check that out, King. You are a king according to the Bible, all right?
Yes, sir.
You're the apple of God's eye. We royalty, but we're destroyed because we don't know that we're kings. So we walk around with our pants sagging. Let me ask you a question. What king throughout history walks around with their pants sagging? We walk around with cigarettes, throwing them down, disrespecting our women. What king do you know do that? Our king at the top of the line woman, right? And they in order. Through the kings, the kings of the past, did they have women that was back talking to kings? Just yap, 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 yap. He got a crown on his head, and they just yap, yap, yap. Just how they do today. You know why? Because our females don't know that they're princesses, and our men don't know that we're kings. Because we call ourselves colored, black, Afro-American, right? Black is just a color out of the crown box. They gave us that label. Now we call ourselves African-American. You see that? Okay. I'll give you this. Yeah, they call this black, right? And I lost my point. Oh, color, black, right? African American, that's what I wanted. We come from Africa. We was brought over here on slave ships, right? So we come from Africa and we landed in America. We call ourselves African American. 2 continents, think about that. So we walking around proudly calling ourselves African American. A lot of our people take vacations to different countries, right? And the person would be like, oh, you got a nice accent. They're like, who are you? Where you from? Like, our people say it proudly, I'm African American. I'm 2 continents. You better off just saying I'm 2 continents. Who are you, bro? Hey, yo, I'm 2 continents, dog. That don't, you see what I'm saying? But that's why we destroyed. Because when I asked you, was we destroyed as a people, you said, now you can see that we destroyed, right? Because we're kings in a low state. Okay? Verse 47, Hebrew.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
Now these curses are going to be poured on the children of Israel for a sign and for a wonder. Right? Where did you go to get that burger? McDonald's? Now, you know that it was McDonald's because of the sign. It's on there. You know we on Liberty Avenue because of the sign. God said these curses shall be on the children of Israel for a sign to let you know that they are the children of Israel. So these curses will be on the children of Israel. Read it again, verse 46.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
For a sign and for a wonder. So our people wondering who we are. Look at the curses in the Bible. But we weren't never taught this by the pastors, so we don't know how to find ourselves. We don't even know where we come from. We know we come from Africa, but we don't know what like we got states here, but we don't know where we're at. You see what I'm saying? We don't know where in Africa we come from. We just know we from Africa. Somewhere over there. You may make up a name. We from Billy Dubai. You know what I'm saying? That's our people though. You see what I'm saying? But meanwhile, we from Jerusalem. That's our motherland. Right? The mother of us all. That's where we from. And we was brought over here on slave ships because we disobeyed God. We stopped following His laws, statutes, and commandments. The church teaches the commandments, but they take away the law. They say the laws is done away with. That's why we're going to stay destroyed. But when we come back to these laws and commandments, we come back to our king status. And we get to be able to talk to the Most High. Right? We get that connection. Give me some, Romans 7:1 real quick. Then we're going to go right back there. Because we pray. I grew up in the church, right? My whole family grew up in Christianity. Right? Now, as I was learning Christianity, they was telling me that I prayed, but they had me praying to the white dude. They had me praying to this image. And every time I prayed, whether I was down or up, God would never answer me. Because I wasn't praying to the true Messiah, I was praying to the adversary. When I came into this truth and started praying for the black Messiah, He was answering my prayers, so it was scary, King. But that's the fear of the Lord. That's where that fear come in. Because when you pray to God one time and you get it just like that, it don't take a day. Just say you get it within 2 hours. You ask for something, just say some money. For instance, you down bad. God, I need some money for at least. I got this college bill coming up. You say, if I could get some money and just, Lord, I need it before the month. Then all of a sudden a job would come to you and it's a high-paying job. Now you would just have to gas. Just let's say you rolling with your people, right? And you pay gas in the car. A truck pull out. A man get out. He looking your way. You like you at the time you thinking he gritting on you. So you like, man, what? Like you ready to go snap off? But he say, hey, young man, you like a good worker. You need a job? And you be like, oh, well, what is it? And they tell you, look, I need you in the office. You're gonna be all you gotta do is just take papers and just run them from one person to the next. You take the job is paying you well above average, so you got that. God answered you. So you like, okay. Now remember, this is in a matter of hours, 2 hours. You prayed to him again. God, I'm gonna need a car to get back and forth to this workplace, right? You say, God, let me get a car. Can you bless me with a car, right? One of your people will come through, right? One of your family members there, they'll be like, oh, I heard you got a job. Now they willing to go out and help you with a car. You ain't got no money, remind you, and now all of a sudden, you got a car. And then now you start to question yourself about God, like, hold up. Everything I asked for, he's giving me. That third time that you pray to him and he give it to you instantly, you get that fear in you because you know that he's truly real. You see that? And that's why the Bible say the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Because once you got the fear in you, you're going to do everything this Bible have said. That's why you see us men out here. Because that things like this happen to us. You see what I'm saying? It happened to me. That's why I gave you that knowledge. You see that? I prayed 3 times. The first time I said, oh, okay. The second time I prayed, I said, okay, now this is kind of weird. It ain't no coincidence. The third time I prayed, I was shook. My insides was shivering. You see what I'm saying? That's when I said, okay, he's real. He can kill me. He can do all this thing. So I thought I got on board. And now we good. Because when you truly are under the Most High hands, you're going to be good. You ain't going to be struggling out here. You think God, who created heaven and earth, going to have his servants down here struggling? We only struggling because we truly don't serve him. Read that again from the top, people. Yeah, read Deuteronomy 7:1. Let's see how we get our prayers answered.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 7, verse 1.
Bring it out.
Know ye not, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law.
God only speaks to the children that know his law. Read it again.
Know ye not, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law.